road safety message is brought to you by Pertemps Driver Training.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Jackson, racing driver, TV presenter and motoring journalist, and I'm here today with Pertemps Driver Training to show you the correct way to conduct pre-use safety checks on your light commercial vehicle, more commonly known as a van. Today, premium commercial vehicle provider Vans 365 have provided us with a Ford Transit so we can demonstrate a comprehensive walk-around safety check. However, before we start, for a free fact sheet on van safety checks, please go to the Pertemps Driver Training website on pertempsdrivertraining.co.uk. The Driver Vehicle Standards Agency, or DVSA, stops thousands of vehicles every year. 8 out of 10 that are stopped either have a mechanical defect or are overloaded, which can leave you with a hefty fine and even a court appearance. A commonly asked question is what category of licence is required to drive a van? Well, the answer is category B, and that allows you to drive a car or van with a gross vehicle weight of up to 3.5 tonnes. Pertemps Driver Training recommends that you carry out a comprehensive vehicle safety check at the start of your shift and before the vehicle is driven on a public road. You'll want to make sure you're in a safe area away from moving traffic on level ground with your engine off and your parking brake on. Remember, your employer may require you to fill in some paperwork for your pre-use safety check, and you must follow your employer's instructions. If there are any defects, make a note of them. When approaching your vehicle, have a look to see if it's sitting square and that there is no sign of fluid underneath. When you get in the vehicle, the first thing you need to check is the footwell. Make sure that there's nothing obstructing the pedals, because this bottle of water underneath the brake pedal does not worth thinking about. Also, check the anti-slip on those pedals, and the seat belt fully retracts and clips in securely. Holds you in place, and the steering wheel doesn't have excessive play. Check your horn, that works. Windows, make sure they're damage-free and clear, and set up your mirrors for maximum visibility. When walking around the vehicle, check that all parts are in good working order and damage-free, not forgetting to check doors open and securely closed. An easy way of remembering what should be checked as you walk around is to remember the phrase FLOWER: fuel, lights, oil, water, electrics, rubber. Let's start with fuel. Keep your tank at least a third full to avoid running out and causing long-term damage to your engine. And if your van requires AdBlue, which a lot of the new ones do, you'll get a warning on the dash when you need to top it up, and it can often be found underneath the fuel filler. If you put the wrong fuel in, tell a member of staff at the fuel station. Don't start your engine, and make sure you call your employer. Now we're going to check lights. Your lights are an essential part of your vehicle, and any that are not working are putting yourself and other road users at risk. To check some of your lights, such as brake lights, you could ask a colleague to help you or park near a reflective surface, such as a window. In sequence, turn on your indicators, hazard lights, headlights and fog lights to check they are all working, and remember to check the number plate illumination lights as well. Press the brake pedal to check your brake lights. Finally, put your van into reverse gear to check the reverse light is working, but keep your foot on the brake pedal at the same time. Now onto the oil. Having the correct oil in your van is essential because it helps to clean, cool, lubricate and protect, which stops your engine from seizing up. Before checking the oil level, make sure your engine has been switched off for at least 30 minutes and your van is parked on an even surface. First of all, locate your dipstick and remove it, and give it a wipe, and you'll notice that there is a minimum and a maximum line. Put your dipstick back in. Wait for a few seconds, pull it out again, and check to make sure that it is in actual fact between the minimum and the maximum. If it is below the minimum, you'll have to top up your oil, and if you're unsure what type of oil to use, then check your handbook. Whilst underneath the bonnet, it's a good opportunity to check other fluids such as brake fluid, power steering, and engine coolant. Finally, start the engine and then use the wing mirrors to check behind to see any signs of excessive smoke. Water. It's vital to have good visibility when driving. Keeping your screen wash topped up is important to make sure you can clear dirt and grime from your windscreen. To check your screen wash is under the bonnet, and it is usually blue with this symbol. It can be difficult to see how much you're filling it up. Don't worry about overfilling it. You just need to make sure that there's plenty in there. There we are. All done. To keep your screen wash topped up, always use a mixture of water and screen wash detergent. After you've topped it up, check your wiper blades, make sure that they are intact and damage-free. And then get back in your van and ensure that the screen wash is coming through properly. And now electrics. Modern vans are filled with electronics and sensors to make sure your vehicle is behaving correctly, but it's still really important to make sure these are working. Most faults are displayed on the dash or the built-in screen. If it's safe to do so, follow the instructions. Otherwise, pull over where you can and check to see what the light means by referring to the warning lights section in your handbook. And finally, rubber. So let's check the tyres. Firstly, turn your front wheels so you can easily access the front tyres. The legal limit is 1.6 millimetres across the central 3/4 of the tyre. You can measure it with a 20p piece or a tyre depth gauge. We've got one here. Make sure you check at least 3 places along the tyre, as you may have uneven wear. The edge of a 20p piece is 1.6 millimetres, so you can also use that. As you can see, these tyres are relatively new. However, less than 1.6 millimetre and you are driving with illegal tyres, you can get 3 points per tyre and a maximum fine of £2,500. So it can be quite expensive if you don't make sure that these are within the legal limit. A lot of tyres will also have wear indicators, such as these here, so you can see if you're getting close to the limit. Look around each of the tyres and make sure that they do not have any cuts, tears, bulges or any visible damage. It is more and more common now for vans to be fitted with wheel nut indicators, which you can see on lorries and buses. These are used to check wheel nuts are secure. If any of the indicators are not aligned, this may indicate a loose nut. Regardless of whether the indicators are fitted, check the security of the wheel nuts and report any signs of excessive wear or rust. If you are in any doubt about your tyres, speak to your employer, or alternatively, go to a local tyre fitter who usually will check your tyres free of charge. When checking your tyres, you will also need to think about the air pressure. Driving with underinflated or overinflated tyres can affect your braking distance, your steering, and even how long your tyres will last before needing to be replaced. Each vehicle has a different recommended tyre pressure, and you can find this information inside the driver's door on a panel or in the handbook, and you can use a portable pressure gauge like this one or go to the fuel station where you'll find machines that will check and inflate your tyres. There are other considerations to ensure you are operating your van safely and legally. For example, safe loading with appropriate safety restraints. The golden rule is that weight alone will not hold it in place, and you as the driver are responsible even if you haven't loaded it. And you could face hefty fines and even a prison sentence if you're over the legal limit. The maximum permissible weight of your vehicle is shown on the vehicle plate and inside the vehicle's handbook. Even if the overall weight is within the limits, care must be taken to ensure axle weights are not exceeded. If you're in any doubt, please speak to your employer. If you tow a trailer, extra consideration must be given, and if you exceed 3.5 tonnes, you and your company will be subject to extra regulations. As a professional driver, you must comply with driver's hours rules, with most van drivers being subject to domestic hours rules. It is really important that you follow these and familiarise yourself with them. The two main rules are, in any 24-hour period, the maximum duty you can do is 11 hours, and of those 11 hours, the maximum driving you can do is 10 hours, and that is from the start of your shift. There are other rules connected to these regulations. Make sure you ask your employer for further guidance. Remember, you could face unlimited fines, even a prison sentence, or lose your licence if you don't drive your van in a safe and legal manner. Familiarise yourself with your vehicle's safety features and driver aids. Monitor your vehicle's performance as you go along your journey. Drive within the speed limit. Don't take drugs or drink alcohol before driving. And don't drive tired. I hope you found this video useful in keeping you and your van safe and legal on the public road. If you're unsure of any aspect, contact your employer, and if you'd like to find out more about the services that Pertemps Driver Training offers, telephone 0800 032 0728 or visit the Pertemps Driver Training website on pertempsdrivertraining.co.uk.
This road safety message is brought to you by Pertemps Driver Training.